Well, on the topic of moonrise, sunrise, and moon setting, the sun setting, we really never get to talk about how the clouds rise and set along with the curvature of the earth. What you laughing for? The moon, the sun, the clouds also has to set, right? 'Cause I've showed videos with the sun in the clouds, where the clouds don't have anything to do with space. The sun shouldn't even be magnified that close to it. The clouds also would have to set, right?
Oh my God.
Am I talking globe nonsense here, or if the moon and the sun rises and sets, so does the clouds. Hell, for that matter, the other continents rises and sets because we're man.
Ho, 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 it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so. It's magic, it's magic, it's magic, it's magic, you know. Never believe it's not so.
Debunking NASA does not prove the Earth is flat. An automatic responding bot said. Well, if you debunk NASA, then what else would you look into? Would you still look into space if NASA is proven to have been lying and creating an atmosphere, a galaxy that does not exist? Would you still believe? Yeah, the hell they would. They will still believe that there is a space. NASA just got it wrong. 50-something years. Debunking NASA does not prove the Earth is flat. You idiot. Just laugh.
Never believe it's not so.
How dare you!
Now, children, I think it's time we learned a little bit more about this Earth we live on. But first of all, we have to change our idea that the world is flat. In truth, it is round, and shaped like a ball.
That's not what the Reverend told us, Miss Sarah.
Well, even the Reverend doesn't know everything. Now, children.
Evan, you wouldn't listen to me before. Now maybe you will. There's something you must see.
Emma, I'll join you as soon as we get the wagon upright.
No. This is more important than any wagon. Come along.
Oh, all right, Emma. Remember, brethren, the right prayer can increase your strength tenfold.
Come along.
If you start here, and you go around long enough in the same direction, you wind up in the place you started from. Yes, Thomas?
Why don't we fall off when we walk underneath, Miss Sarah?
Because of a force called gravity.
What does gravity look like?
Gravity is something we can't see, but we know it's a great invisible force that keeps us all here on Earth. Some of you know what a magnet is, don't you?
I do.
Well, then let's think of it like that. Gravity could be called a kind of magnet. It's a natural force that keeps us all from flying off into space.
We were always told that the world is flat.
You were told right. Don't listen to her. I've been patient with you, Sarah. Lord knows I've been patient. But now your words have revealed you.
The law of gravity was discovered by Sir Isaac Newton in 1687. That's almost 200 years ago, Uncle Evan.
But there is only one law. The law of God. If our divine maker had meant for us to walk upside down, he would have put feet on our hands. Children, listen to me. Look around you. All around you. As far as the eye can see, the earth is flat. Now you see it that way, because that is the way the Lord intended for it to be. Anything else is heresy. Anything else is heresy.
Once again, my interpretation of a spinning space ball and how wind is more powerful than the actual movement of the rotation of the space ball. You'll never get a weatherman saying, be careful when you go outside today. World is spinning a little crazy, more weirder than yesterday. No, he only talks about the weather and the wind. Again, the wind is causing this plane to land like this. I would expect this from a spinning landing site. I mean, some pilots know it, some pilots don't know it. You know, that's why people should re-educate themselves, even though they are professions in this field. You still have to wonder when you're flying that plane. I could book a flight from now to October. It's what, 3rd day of February 2020. I can book a flight in November. The time, my departure, my landing is already set. It's already on my ticket when I'm gonna arrive. And it's way in advance. How is that done on the space ball? I understand there can be delays. That's the only thing that will change. It could be a storm, it could be anything. But my receipt and my ticket that I take home and put in my safe already has a departure time and a landing time. How is that known on a space ball? I don't want no pre-kindergarten, middle school, high school type of answer. I already know the answer. I don't want any indoctrinated answers. I don't want any damn answers from anybody. But again, I am focused on relearning runways doesn't move. If they did, there'll be more fuel being used to try to catch the runway. That's what GPS is for, idiot. It gives you the time you leave and arrive and all that stuff, you idiot. You're so stupid. But yeah, it gives you that information on a level plane. You can't calculate into the future, 8 to 9 months into the future, on a spinning object or a moving object of what time you're going to get there. That is completely impossible. Wow, the past few days have been beautiful, beautiful. I'm glad I resorted back to videos as far as responses. Not typing back and forth with these kind of people. People that only want to speak about little things that they see, but not the entire picture. That is their mental retardation setting in. Sun is shining on clouds in the back. It's sitting in clouds, and of course it is reflecting on the clouds above. We all know that. Impossible on a flat earth? No. I recorded this February 3rd, 2020, looking at the sun setting and how it reflects off the bottom of the clouds. But if you go higher altitude, like the airplane I showed in my previous video, you'll still be able to see the sun, or you'll still be able to see the light from the sun far away until it comes back around on a 10-hour flight, JFK to Moscow. The sun, it never really got dark up there. So you're not even explaining that. Pick and choose stuff. Yeah, I think the mountain is in my way. Everybody knows it reflects off because it's setting in that particular area until one goes above the clouds. You'll never win. You will never win. I am logic. I want to conclude this video with a couple of oldies but goodies that no idiotic person wants to talk about or try to explain because they can't. And I wish in the comment section you are able to put up videos, just like pictures, like GIFs, you know what I mean? Just say, prove this. How did this happen? You know, the formula for the guy reappearing in the beginning of the video, the astronaut in the swim station. How did that happen? Nobody's going to say nothing about that. And this is why I don't waste my time anymore. Now, here we go again with stuff that nobody can explain. And if you can't explain it, then yeah, it is what it is, and they're not up there flying around, and the earth must be a level plane with the firmament. Too many fails. Stay flat.
Finding out that you've been lied to on a large scale is a very humbling experience. To think that you could have been deceived, similar to a child believing in Santa Claus. Why would they lie about Santa? And why would they lie and pretend to be going to space and putting us on a fake cartoon ball? It's a really good question. But what I'm going to address today is just the obvious and undeniable proof that we've been lied to. It's been a while since I've put together a compilation of all of the fraud in space, and I'm not going in any particular order, and I will show only the ones that have not been disproven, because there's no way to argue your way out of these guys being deceivers and using tricks to deceive all of us. They don't always get caught, but sometimes like this, where you have Don Pettit pretending to drink coffee out of his homemade container that is spill-proof due to the properties of water and the angles of this cup that he has made. His engineering skills are being shown off, but what happens is the coffee comes out of the container, but not in a natural way. It literally shoots straight through the plastic and turns into a computer animated square, just like it is a computer animation, virtual augmented reality. And that's what he has, and he's showing it off. Luckily, thanks to the Father, sometimes these deceivers get caught, and those who have eyes can see the deception. That is not possible with any other technology than multi-layered virtual reality. They have unlimited resources to pull this stuff off. It's not extremely hard to do. It is difficult, but they have more money than Hollywood. Now, this next one, this one's kind of funny because Mr. Hatfield over here, he's one of their favorite people to put in front of the camera because he's very charismatic. But on this day, when he was showing off his singing skills, the microphone does something special. It literally penetrates his head, his ear, and eventually his throat and his face. And you can't make this up. It's just that multi-layered technology malfunctioning, and the microphone is literally sticking out of his neck. As you can see here, you can't un-CGI your way out of this when you're doing it live. This is live, and so you have someone talking into his ear and telling him, hey buddy, you probably need to pull your head away because there's a mic sticking into your neck. And so that's what he does. In the middle of his song, he's just started this song, he pulls away. And then they cut to the damage control room like they always do. And you have the man over here taking pictures who realizes this. He's probably zoomed way in on the screen. And then he puts his camera down and makes the face of like, oh no, this isn't good. Look at that face. And so he wants to take another picture, but he does the right thing and avoids losing his job and his life. But those are just two little computer animation fails. This next one is one of my all-time favorites. It's our first time seeing the stars from space. This was taken before NASA started faking space. This was the U.S. Air Force. And it's probably why they decided to just devote a branch to focusing on faking of space. Because here's the footage taken from the capsule, or so they told us. And there's the moon, the Milky Way galaxy at the bottom. You can see the moon here. And I'm sorry to laugh. Some of you may believe this is real. And, you know, I really hope that you'll just take a closer look at it. I don't know what to tell you. I've had people claim it's real. It's okay. If you think this is real, you just might want to go get your eyes checked. Because to me, this looks like they stole some kid's light bright and just had their way with it. There is literally a star inside the crescent shape of the moon. Looks like a face when you turn it the other direction. It's pathetic. So that was the early days of fake space, and it's probably why on the moon missions they just did not show us any stars, or anytime you see anything like a picture of a planet or Earth, there's never any stars involved, even though we can go outside and take a picture of the moon and have stars in the background. Now, for those of you who don't believe that this is fake, you can read the article yourself. This is from the British Faith, a news organization, and they say that the shot of the starry sky, including the moon, was taken from the capsule. That's their claim. You can look at it again and see if that's what you think. Maybe that's what the firmament really looks like, and that's what they're hiding. But I believe it's deception.
Stay flat.